first off, rate your Big Summer Read experience from last year.
Oh, man. Just the experience overall, everything.
Yeah.
That would be 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5.
I was going to say 10 out of 10.
Well, I was really going to say 20 out of 20, but I didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah. Oh,
Mother of God.
we forgot about that. Well, the bells haven't been on.
That's right. They haven't been on all day.
Okay. Yeah, 20 out of 20.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I enjoyed it, and it was fun, and I don't know. It's one of those things where I felt like we did this together and other people did it with us. And I've kind of been like in this mindset to read The Stand, but then I keep remembering you're not reading that this summer. You're reading something else.
Well, so I had so many good memories from last summer.
Yeah.
Because
it was fun.
It's like my all-time favorite book. Getting to share that with one of my great friends, like that's just like, oh, you have no idea the adventure we're about to go on. But I do. Like that's why we get into teaching English, I think, because we've been through these lessons. We've been through these stories. And it's like, man, you're about to fall in love with this character. You're about to hate this. You have no idea. But I'm sitting here watching. There were so many good memories of taking it to the beach, of posting about it last year, getting to meet up in the summertime, eat, have some good time.
That's the best part.
Go record about it when campus is dead. And we're just walking around, sandaled feet. Who cares, right? But it's full summer.
Yeah.
I have a lot of good memories about that last year.
I do too. It was
and
good.
as the summer matured and it got endlessly hot, and then it's like the book is coming to its close too. I don't know, plenty of good memories. So it's going to be good again.
Yeah, it was good. And I hope that more people will join in because it was fun. I had some of my friends who they audiobook, but they listened to it and watched the show. And so, I don't know, it was just a really cool thing. Yeah. And it'd be cool if more people would.
Yeah, I agree.
So we had some decisions to make because we had talked about a few. We kind of talked about Ulysses by James Joyce, which is kind of on my radar.
Yeah.
And then we talked about Lonesome Dove.
Yeah, which I still have on the shelf.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
It's locked and loaded.
Yeah. And then what did I was listening to an episode.
Roots. We were also considering Roots.
Roots, yeah.
Which you went ahead and got out of the way back in the wintertime.
Right.
You're miles ahead of me right now.
What were we talking about the other day?
Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which has been on my summer wait list for a while. Because it's a chungus. It's a big one.
Yeah.
But
we landed on The Lord of the Rings.
Well, yeah, you should know that Drew picks these things for us, and we just we go with whatever.
It's just up to me.
It's always true. We don't really get a say in it. But yeah, Lord of the Rings. All 3 books.
Yeah, all 3.
Oh,
I like it because we did our check-ins, and we can kind of do these check-ins after each book.
Yeah.
And then we can do a Deadman at the movies with each book.
I love that.
And then also, though, I thought that The Stand, there were a lot of things that were like callbacks to The Lord of the Rings and their journey. Yeah. And so I feel like it was like a good...
They kept coming up.
Next thing, yeah.
Well, if the Odyssey and the Iliad are the foundation, if Homer is the foundation of Western lit, maybe Tolkien is the foundation of modern lit.
Maybe Frodo.
It's all back to Frodo.
Gosh, Frodo.
It's all back to Frodo.
So you've read Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I have.
When was the last time?
Oh, golly. My freshman year of college.
Oh, okay.
So that would have been 97, 98. Can you believe? Almost 30 years ago.
Time. Yeah.
I
was 8 years old. Thank you.
I have no memory of these books. But we found new copies, right? I know I did.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I got the same ones as you, but mine are in a little box set.
No, because we got excited thinking, okay, it's going to be Lord of the Rings this year. My old copies that I've had, because you just accrue different copies over a lifetime. Mine were the old paperback copies. I need to show you the covers to them. They were really cheesy art. The only good cover, I think, of this old series was the one for The Hobbit, because it's got the fat Bilbo Baggins and it's got the moon-eyed Gollum behind him. And it's so creepy.
Yeah.
But the Lord of the Rings ones were like, meh. Like it bothered me.
Mass paperback type thing. Yeah.
The one for Fellowship has this really weird looking Gandalf, like doing this over the ring. And there's Frodo and Sam looking goofy around him. But I don't know. It's just this, this weird, unsettling look on Gandalf's face. I don't like it.
Gandalf.
But now the cover of this, you've
beautiful.
got the Elvish written around.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You've got, the journey is set out before you.
Yeah.
Being the first part of the Lord of the Rings
And
Fellowship.
I wish I would have known. I should have brought my box in because I got the same ones, but it come in a box set. And
Humble brag.
yes, and they're first editions also, and they this picture is like on all sides of so it's like a continual picture.
Yeah.
And so you kind of get like different elements of each book.
The Stand is about 1,100 pages.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember you had the meat sweats about that last year, that this was, golly, that's a lot of reading to do.
Yeah.
But we chopped it up into about 300 pages at a time.
Right.
And I thought that was pretty manageable. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Because you even got ahead. You read ahead. So
Yeah.
I knew it was like you had the endurance for it.
Yeah.
Fellowship is 420 some pages.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just saw the breaking of the Fellowship.
Oh, no.
Ooh, I know what happens.
I think, and the Two Towers is smaller.
Yeah.
So I think that it's about the same.
Okay.
I need to go double check on that though.
So
Return
now,
of the King and Fellowship are about the same, I think.
okay.
Yeah.
I am now the one with the sweats.
Oh.
Because I know originally we had tossed it like, when are we going to do this? And one idea was to do one each season. Let's do Fellowship in the fall, Two Towers in the winter, Return of the King in the spring. And I kind of like that path. But doing them all in the summertime is ambitious.
Yeah.
But man, that's three. That's three Tolkien books.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's dense.
This is not just Stephen King writing about Randall Flagg doing whatever. This is Tolkien's language. So
Yeah.
I have to be serious. I have to be serious about this.
Yeah. You've got to be committed.
All my summer reading assignments for my classes this semester are things I've already read in the past.
Perfect.
So now I don't have to read it.
That's why you did that.
Amen. I'm already familiar with all of those things. So I can open my summer now.
The last time I read this was during the, no, it wasn't during the pandemic. I'm sorry. It was whenever my first daughter was born, and she wouldn't nap unless I held her. So it was a summer of me holding a baby while reading
Oh, wow.
The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. That's what you chose to read, Lord of the Rings. That's fantastic. Yeah.
So it's been 6 years now for me. Is there anything you're expecting on your second read through?
Oh, plenty. I mean, it's been 30 years almost. So when I joke, I have no memory of this place, I literally have no memory of some of these things. We have all seen Peter Jackson's rendition, right? Mm-hmm. And Peter Jackson recently won an award, the Palme d'Or, the Golden Palm, which is this huge honor to be worn at the Cannes Film Festival, presented to him by none other than Elijah Wood, Frodo himself, right?
There you go.
And Peter Jackson, is very grateful for the work that the movie did. He also expressed, how this saved Tolkien, this saved the Lord of the Rings and it really did.
Yeah.
You remember watching the movies, right? Mm-hmm. How young were you when they came out?
I was in middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah.
April and I were just together. This was 2001, something like that, right? And I remember how fantastic, the zeitgeist of Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter was everywhere. These were big hit movies.
And Star Wars.
Yeah. Right? Lord of the Rings, the movie series, fills in so much of my memory of the story, but I know that Jackson's movie takes detours, that there are changes to it.
Yeah.
Spoiler, Saruman does not end the way he ends in the movies. And I do remember that. Mm-hmm. But there's going to be characters that we don't see in the movies, right?
Tom Bombadil.
Little Tom Bombadil himself.
Which, they're talking about him making a comeback in this new movie that they're coming out with. So.
I saw somebody like a year ago had AI'd some art featuring Robin Williams as Tom Bombadil. And I think that would have been neat to see.
Yeah.
He missed the timeline for it, but I would have.
Well, I was going to say, do you think he was too big of a star to be in that? But I guess.
Ian McKellen.
Orlando Bloom was pretty.
He was a brand new hit star at the time. Yeah. I don't think so. If you can get Ian McKellen, if you can get Sir Christopher Lee,
Christopher Lee,
come on.
What am I thinking?
We could get Robin Williams, right?
It's not like it was some independent film.
Yeah.
I know that I try to encourage people who I know enjoy the films to read the books, because after I read the books, I really felt like a sense of ownership of the series.
Yeah.
And I've told Mary Beth this a lot because I like Star Wars, and you watch them, you enjoy them, and it's kind of one of those things. I think Star Wars has kind of turned into like James Bond, where they're coming out with so much stuff, you're not really expecting of it to be fantastic. You know, you're just hoping like, oh, maybe this one's better. Oh, I like this one better than that one, and this one's not a good one. Do you know what I mean? I think that it's kind of gotten into that territory. But I don't know. I've told her, as much as I enjoy Star Wars and as much as I feel like I know about the lore just from watching and playing the games, I feel more protective of Lord of the Rings. Do you feel that way?
You know, I never thought about that before, but if you're asking me which one am I more protective of, it's definitely going to be Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings to me is more literary. It really is. It's more literary.
It feels like it means more to me. And I know, like, I showed the kids Star Wars at an early age because it does have like the childhood elements to it, you know, and they've been asking about Lord of the Rings and stuff. And I have a friend who's doing the thing where he's going to hold his kids out until they're old enough to get the Darth Vader drop, you know, where it impacts them. And part of me was like, I wish I would have done that. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't really care. But I know that when they've asked to watch Lord of the Rings, I've just been like, you're not ready yet.
Oh.
Because I want them to kind of take it in. Do you know what I don't want them to view it as just like a childhood.
Oh, that's a movie I've seen before.
Right. I want them to be like, oh, this
I get the sense.
Yeah. And when I do see like, oh, there's a new movie coming out and here's a series and Stephen Colbert is writing a movie, I am kind of like, we don't need it. We don't really need it. We've got what we've got and it's good.
I don't know. I'm open to the other expanded stuff too.
I guess if it's good, I was really let down by that Amazon series.
Oh golly! So I say that I'm open to all of this. I also have not watched.
Have you not? Okay.
I've heard bad things about the Amazon series.
Yeah.
I think I've seen the opening to it, like the credit opening, and it looks like Young and the Restless, where characters are looking over their shoulder.
Yeah.
So I just wasn't into it.
So I read, this is going to sound crazy, but I read the Silmarillion first.
Yeah.
And I had decided since I had read the Silmarillion that I'm just going to go in order as the lore goes. And so I read the Silmarillion and then the Hobbit and then the trilogy.
Okay.
And so when they said that, I liked the Silmarillion. And when I read that the series was based off of the Silmarillion, I was really looking forward to that. But I could tell right away, like, it's loosely based. Like, oh, this character is in the Silmarillion.
Inspired
and it
by.
ends there. Yeah. Yeah.
Hobbit was my first taste. First taste. And I found a paperback copy of it at a yard sale at the 127 yard sales that came through. And that was my first taste of and loved it.
Yeah.
And then I remember reading Lord of the Rings through my first year of college and really loving it.
Yeah.
I am not here. Like Mark Antony says, I am not here to disspeak what Brutus says. If people like their audiobooks, that's fine. They can have them.
Yeah.
I get distracted when listening to an
Yeah.
audiobook, and then I'll tune back in and it's like, oh wait, I've missed some things. So I can't.
Yeah.
I also really appreciate, this is the nerd side coming out, when you spend a lengthy amount of time with a book, like I did over the summer with The Stand, like I've done you're spending so long reading a book from Lord of the Rings, you are on that adventure with Frodo. I sound like an ABC after school special right now, but you are on the road with Stu Redman. You do get to spend that summer at Mother Abigail's house surrounded by corn. Like, you're not just there in the pages in those scenes. You're there in the front yard while she's just reading her Bible. You are there while Tom Cullen's playing with his cars and Nick is trying to figure out where do we go next. And you can't help them, but you know they're going to find a tornado tomorrow. Like, you are there with them through this experience. You never get that out of an audiobook.
Yeah.
And you never get that just by, as fantastic as the movies are, you never get that just by watching the Lord of the Rings movie.
No, I don't think so either.
Not even the biblically accurate extended editions, which are the only editions that I watch. They are the only editions.
Me too, yeah. I usually watch them every fall. This is the first, I say fall, around the fair. is when I usually go back and listen to or watch them. I didn't do that this year. This is like the first year in a long time I've not done that. But
I like having them just periodically playing in the background while I'm doing work or whatever. You just have them in the background.
I can still remember when I read the Silmarillion or the Hobbit. I'm sorry, when I read the Hobbit, that little song was stuck in my head the whole time. Where it's like, just in a constant loop as I was reading, and I was just kind of like, "Oh, what's going on?" It's like, this is supposed to be a kid's book, and I'm sucked into it.
It's so good. I've never opened up the Silmarillion. I know of it,
yeah,
I just never opened it.
I think when I read it, it took me a while to figure out what was going on. It's basically like the creation of the Middle Earth and of the Earth and all that stuff, but I think that maybe that's why I felt more of a sense of ownership to it, because when you watch the or read the Silmarillion, and then you go back and even just if I just read the Silmarillion and just watch the movies, like you're like, oh, I know where Galadriel came from. I know her people, and I know
why
her
those lights are in her eyes.
Right? Yeah, like I know this story, and then there are names that they say that you don't really pick up on until you've read the book Silmarillion, and then you're kind of like, it's like the Leonardo DiCaprio GIF where he's like,
oh yeah. I know where that's from.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe that's why I felt a sense of ownership to it, is because you kind of are like, I'm on the inside of this. I get the lingo you're speaking here.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, I don't know. It's always meant. I think if people saw it on the surface, they would think that I was a bigger Star Wars guy. But no, this means more to me than
the actual,
like the whole thing. Yeah. It means a lot to me.
I completely get that.
Yeah.
I've heard people complain that the Silmarillion may be difficult.
It is. Yeah. It is.
But my Bible is divided between Old Testament and New Testament, and New Testament may be in ways more relevant to me, but that doesn't discredit the law of the Old.
You got to know it.
The Silmarillion is Tolkien's Old Testament.
It is, though.
And then Hobbit and Lord of the Rings are his New Testament.
Well, even like with Sauron, Sauron is really not the big bad guy in the world. There's a guy before him, and he's essentially in an eternal prison. That's why Sauron's kind of taken over as the main baddie.
Right.
It's just stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting.
And as a Hobbit and Lord of the Rings fan, another thing that I've noticed going on, and we talk about this expanded, there's an anime about it too, right?
Yeah, and it's the Ride of the Rohirrim or whatever. Yeah, I've not watched it yet.
I haven't either, but I know you are partial to the Horse Lords.
I was just to say, I wanted to talk about that. Who are our people? And we both agreed that I was a Horse Lord.
You would have to fit in with them. I'm also like a fan of Magic the Gathering, and a couple of years ago they came out with a summer set based on Lord of the Rings. And for any of my Magic fellow players out there, one of the chase cards, it is the chase card of the set, was based on the One Ring. Oh. And for the special booster packs that you could open, they printed several different versions. They printed 300 in Dwarvish script. Or, I'm sorry, in Elvish script. They printed 700 in Dwarvish script. And they printed 900 in English human script, because the 9 rings, the 3 rings, all that. Yeah. But the One Ring in the ultimate borderless foil written in the Black Speech of Mordor, the hyper foil, there is, like, it's stamped 1 of 1. It is the One Ring.
It's the One Ring.
And it was being opened like somewhere in the world. So people were just cracking these packs left and right, trying to find the One Ring. And I thought, how fantastic. Like, whoever marketed that idea, you earned your paycheck.
Yeah, you did.
Because that's exactly what people are doing, is like, I want that box. I want that box. Give me this box. I want it. It was opened by a guy in Canada. And it ultimately, like, he said that when he opened it,
crazy.
He was like, like he was shaking. He was like, I'm so crazy about this. The shop owner helped him hide it. They kept it on the down low. They didn't want anybody to know right now, because it's like Charlie opening up, the golden ticket. Yeah. People are going to steal it. It went for auction, and it sold for $2 million. And you know who bought it?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Post Malone.
Oh, yeah, you told me that. He's so random.
I know, but he's a huge Magic the Gathering fan, and he paid $2 million, and he now, Post Malone, owns the One Ring.
Good for him.
Well, all of that being said, this year in August, the newest Magic set that's coming out is going to be based on The Hobbit this time. So our summer reading is going to end with Magic opening up The Hobbit.
That's cool.
And Frodo begins Fellowship of the Ring. Do you remember when he leaves the Shire? This is another nerd thing that I love is that you can read these things throughout the year. Frodo leaves in September.
Oh.
So it's like you can map out your year. You can map out your journey through whatever by following these characters. I love it. You over here with your horse lords.
What if I thought you said when the guy opened the pack that he like did a dance and then he fell off a cliff into the lava,
and then the shopkeeper had to bite off one of his fingers to get it. Yeah,
I do love the Rohirrim.
Well,
that part to me is like the coolest thing ever.
One of the all-time fan favorite scenes, right, is the ride of the Rohirrim at the very end, the ride for Gondor, right? You're asking me like, what am I looking forward to this time? That scene is so familiar from the movie, but I wonder again how it's depicted in the text. Because my take is that Tolkien is very anti-war, that he does not like the human tendency for war and destruction and industry.
Yeah.
You see that in Fellowship when the orcs and whoever ruin and corrupt Isengard and start chopping down and building engines of war. Like that's the bad thing. Shire is the good thing. This is the rustic, the appreciation of the trees and the elves and everything. So I'm wondering how that is characterized in the text because I don't remember reading that 28 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I just remember that, like you said, that scene's really famous. And I think that's what I talk about when I mean like it means more to me when you read the book is because I think Peter Jackson did fantastic with the movies. I think that in some cases I prefer the movies over the book just because of the pacing to it all.
Yeah.
But in the book, the Rohirrim, Theoden is so like on the fence. I don't know if we should go or not. And then they finally decide to go. And then the ride to Gondor, to Minas Tirith is so long. Like it's such a huge part of the book. And it's so long. And they're exhausted when they get there. And then you are going back and forth and you know that Gondor is like on the edge of defeat. And so they show up and then you that backstory to that. And then when you watch them show up, you're kind of like, oh, our saviors are here, and then that music's playing and you're just like, let's go. I can't watch it without like getting really fired up.
You and I often get off onto a tangent about America these days.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do that. But I remember when I was in college, I worked in a children's library and I was looking through this book about World War II. And there was this picture of servicemen from America and Russia who were at the attack on Berlin, the fall of Berlin. And this Russian soldier is just clasping this American GI to his chest. And it's like such a look of love and brotherhood. And the Russian was saying, like the caption said something about how the Russian was saying, my friend, like here's Americans and Russians who are like, you showed up to help out.
Yeah.
You showed up. And that's the ride of the Rohirrim.
Oh, it is for sure.
That we are not abandoned. Look, they showed up at the end.
I know. It's so good.
Yeah.
King Theoden. What a guy.
Gandalf. What a guy.
Gandalf is maybe my favorite literary character of all time.
Faramir. What a guy.
What a guy. I love that guy.
Also,
that's another thing. Like, if you watch just the movie, you don't get to see the happy ending he gets.
That's right. Boromir. Had his sad moment, but still
good guy.
What a guy. Yeah. You know him.
Yeah. Sam.
The goodest guy. Samwise.
And Frodo.
For anybody that I can still remember this, watching the Peter Jackson movies, getting so annoyed with Frodo.
Yeah, well, in the book, I feel like he's even more annoying.
He's so many times. Yes. And so many times that Elijah Wood's Frodo is being correct and faithful, and he's looking at you with this kind of look and holding the ring every time he turns around, just I hated it.
That's how I read him in the book too. They're like, oh, I don't want to go, or I have to do this on my own.
I don't remember if I thought that way about Frodo in the book. So I'll find out.
I can remember him being annoying in the movie, but not like super annoying. You were kind of like, you feel for Frodo a little bit.
Yeah.
He's carrying a heavy weight. You get it. But then in the book, I was like, man, there were a few chapters where he was so obnoxious that I wanted to skip them.
Yeah.
Not because it was boring, but just because I was so irritated with Frodo. It's the one where it's in the Two Towers. They've broken apart. I can still remember it. And they've got Gollum with them, and he's their god, and they're like going in and out they're in like some Badland type things, and they're hiding from the Nazgul, and Frodo's just like, I just want to give up.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'm supposed to have empathy for that.
Right.
I'm supposed to, if I'm a good critic, if I have good perspective, I'm understanding that Frodo is looking at Gollum as, there but for the grace of God, I could go that way.
Right.
That could be me. But Frodo, suck it up. Sam's not crying.
That's what I don't understand though. Why Sam is like, he's the real hero.
Sam
is the real hero.
He's a good guy. His belly's hungry, but he's a good guy.
Good guy.
And he did not eat all that lembas bread. Did not eat all that bread.
Mr. Frodo.
What a good guy.
Yeah.
My first taste of Lord of the Rings wasn't The Hobbit, actually. It wasn't the Silmarillion. It was a dupe of Lord of the Rings that I read in the 7th grade.
Oh, I think you've told me about this.
Written by a guy named Terry Brooks. It's called The Sword of Shannara.
Oh, yeah.
And it is a fat chungus of a book. And I remember loving that in 7th grade. I spent all summer with that book.
Yeah.
And it's got a wizard-like character who comes and watches out over these two. It's not a ring that you have to take back. It's a sword that you have to take back. But man, once you know Lord of the Rings, you're like, dude, how did you get away with this? But it's like the Temu version of Fellowship. It's the Wish version of it.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say the cartoon.
The Rankin and Bass cartoons.
Now, we need to watch that one too.
That is my
watched it.
early childhood, and I do remember that. And those really were good.
I never watched it.
Matter of fact, the Rankin and Bass Hobbit. When my sophomores used to read Hobbit, my very first, the Inner Circle class, The Ring. They found my aunt found a copy of the record album for the soundtrack of it. Like, this is an artifact that was dug out from beneath the Lonely Mountain.
That's awesome.
So, I don't know. All these things have led us to
Going to be a good summer.
The Fellowship.
Yeah. I'm going to start reading earlier, but
I have to.
I guess
I'm so slow.
If you want to follow along, around June, I would start around June. It's right now, at the day of this recording, it's May the 13th. I've got a couple of books I'm going to read, and then I'm going to read. I'm going to start. So
it's almost the Ides of May.
It's almost the Ides of May, which means we got to read Lord of the Rings. So if you want to join us, email us, dreamfactorypodcast@gmail.com. All right. It's going to be a good summer.
It is going to be a good summer.
All right. I don't know what to say. Summer on, dudes.
Hey, if you're a fan of good conversations and fresh takes on literature and the kind of school stories that stick with you long after the bell rings, well, I've got a podcast for you. It's called With Honors, and it's where my high school students have taken the microphone, not just to analyze books or talk about our lessons, but to reflect on what we've learned this year, have conversations about what surprised them, how our literature and classroom experiences connect to their real lives. And we talk about everything from symbolism and Poe to the pros and cons of class pets, and all through the voices of smart, curious students who have learned to speak their minds. New episodes drop regularly every week, and every one is a snapshot of what it looks like when students take ownership of their own learning and have a little fun while they're at it. You can find With Honors on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and our YouTube channel, so check them out.